Hey YouTube, today's video is going to be on my father's Wright Velke 48-inch with a 17 horse V-twin Kawasaki motor. The issue today is that the spindles about mid-season, a little more maybe like 3/4 season last year, started getting pretty worn out and making a lot of noise. And I went and bought spindles at the local Wright dealer in September and dropped about $540 on 3 spindles and 2 pulleys. And I'm going to replace them today. It's going to be a blast, let me tell you. Okay, so now I got the cover off and I just sprayed some PB Blaster on all of the nuts and bolts. And basically I'm going to replace all 3 spindles and 2 pulleys. And the belts are fine, so I'm not going to touch those because those are expensive. And we'll get started on this. I'll bring the box down upstairs of the parts. So me and another person just took the belts off. There's 2. One that wraps around here, and then the main one that wraps around here and goes to the motor. Those are not easy to get off. These springs are under quite a bit of tension, but only took about 5 minutes to get that stuff off. But I sprayed a little bit of penetrating fluid on the nuts and bolts for the spindles, so I'm going to try jamming those off now. Knowing my luck, it's not going to be easy, but we'll give her a go. So after fighting with this pulley here, I got it back on. Got to loosen this up a little bit, but the 2 new idler pulleys are on, and got all 3 spindles out without breaking a bolt, which is great. I got the old nuts and bolts soaking in a mix. Get all the rust off of them. They're still in really good shape. Here are the 3 spindles here, and they're the new ones. But gonna sand file these pulleys down, but like you can hear, no good. These beautiful, perfect. So get those on, and hopefully get the belts back on without too much trouble, and it will be done, and then I just got to service the engine. Alright, so basically what you're going to do is take the pulley, put it on first, like that, and then take this bushing, and you put it on top of this with the keyway in, and it will literally fall right down on the shaft. And that's all you do. It's really not that hard. You just space it out with the belts and stuff, and it goes together really quick. So the belts are on, and everything looks like it's in really good alignment, which is nice. 2 belts, one of them's over there, and then the one that goes to the engine and spins on the double pulley. I put the blades back on, grease the shafts, and now I'm just going to do a regular tune-up to this and test it. So everything's back together on Project Wright. Spindles, blades, belts, pulleys, hydro filter, the full tune-up, everything, the whole shebang except the battery. That's in my basement on a tender. But I have this, and I'll start it up for you. Oh yeah, it needed a new PTO switch because the old one was no good, and it wouldn't engage the blades, which is not awesome. And it took me a little while to figure that one out, but I've seen it before, so I'll start this up and test it out for you. You gotta keep the parking brake off when you're running the blades. it's working. Job well done. Only took a couple days. It was definitely worth it because now they aren't loud anymore. And I hope you learned something. I definitely learned something because I had never done spindles on a Wright before. And don't mess with tapered bushings. Just do it the right way.